What if your manifestations are not working? Because you've been in that field, in the field of manifestation, law of assumption for a while, and you've tried all the techniques, haven't you? Yet, at some moments in time, you still get into that place, in that state, where you feel doubts, where you feel worried, where you're a little skeptical. And that's really okay, because actually those doubts, those worries are truly valid. And if you've heard somebody told you to disregard them, well, in this video I'll tell you why you should not do that. This is the wrong path, because in fact those same worries and doubts, they contain the wisdom required for you to live in faith when it comes to manifesting your desire. Also, by the end of the video, I want to answer one simple question. I want to help you to answer that, because I'm answering it for myself. And that question is, can you manifest out of alignment rather than self-deception? So, if you're curious about that, let's directly get into the video because I have so much to share with you and I'm truly excited about it. So let's start right now. Hey there, I am Dani from Higher Consciousness with Dani, and you probably know me. I am here to help you expand your awareness, step into higher consciousness, live in alignment, and fulfill your inner potential. Because most likely, you are manifesting your desires because you want to live a life of alignment, not because you want to get to a certain outcome. The outcome is not what you're looking for. In fact, you want to live in alignment, you want to feel happy and fulfilled inside, don't you? Most likely that's true. This is true for everybody. So what tends to happen on that manifestation journey is that a lot of times we get into this state where we are doubting it. We are worried that it wouldn't happen, and in a way, we have lost hope. We've become hopeless. And that's okay. I've catched myself doing that many times, and I'm on that journey for 5 years or something already. I think 6 actually, into the law of attraction, law of assumption journey. So what tends to happen? What do we generally do when we get into that state of being hopeless, worried, doubtful, skeptical? We tend to look for the next technique. We tend to find somebody who will give us the hope. We tend to try to repress those feelings because we must live in alignment with the feeling of the wish fulfilled. But can we truly live in alignment with the feeling of our wish fulfilled if we simply repress those feelings? Do we not fight our own selves and invalidate our best efforts by repressing and putting down those feelings? So I want to look into some of the aspects of what happens when these genuine worries and doubts come up and what we genuinely try to do, or what I've catched myself doing. I've got into that self-deception mode of trying to persuade myself that I should be positive, I should be trusting the process, while genuinely I feel that I don't because I've lost hope. And so what tends to happen is I try to force myself into believing what I deserve, into believing my manifestation, my specific person, the career I want, a job situation, more money, whatever I've been trying to manifest. And I try to force myself into believing, but a lot of times I'm doing it out of self-criticism. I've been doing it out of self-criticism. And throughout the years, I found that this is detrimental to my self-concept. And do we not hear the, let's say, Neville Goddard or the people in those communities speaking that you should have a healthy self-concept for you to manifest, right? So how can we truly manifest if we are putting ourselves down because we've lost hope and we've become worried and doubtful, and we try to force ourselves into belief again, into becoming hopeful? We cannot. What another thing we do when those genuine worries and doubts come up, I've done this many times. Repression, deep repression, and denying my negative feelings. It's because I've learned that I need to be in this positive state, in the state of the wish fulfilled, and I need to maintain that state to live in the end. So whenever negative worries or doubts have come up for me, I've repressed them, I've denied them, I've tried to escape them through everything. And I've gone into doing the techniques, scripting, visualizing, out of a state of denial. And you know what happened? It has only perpetuated that disappointment I felt. And what I've uncovered, I'll share with you in a moment. But the feelings of worry and doubt, they are the greatest gifts. They're your best friends, in fact, if you can work with them. But another of the consequences of repressing those worries and doubts, another thing I've done, and it's funny because I've been truly lonely in my life because of that for, I think it was a year, and isolated. I basically went into that state of toxic positivity, trying to maintain being positive whenever I'm feeling doubtful, whenever I'm feeling worried, whenever I'm feeling like nothing is working out, whenever I'm feeling hopeless. And I'm trying to be positive, right? In my conscious mind, I'm forcing all these positive thoughts to repress the negative and intrusive thoughts. And it's simply a cognitive bias, because even though I've been seeing some synchronicities of doing that, let's say, situations that keep happening that show me that my desire is coming, it's on the way, and I'm still dreaming and I'm still hoping. And it's a simple synchronicity of seeing repeating numbers or seeing somebody else having what I want, yet I feel like betrayed that I don't have it, but I still repress. I've been repressing that because this toxic positivity is what I thought I should be doing to manifest, right? So, but what tends to happen from this toxic positivity is that I just pushed all the people away from my life. And I've had these moments in which I was truly isolated, lonely, because I haven't been authentic. And now, let me ask you another question that I've asked myself many times. Can you manifest when you're out of alignment with your own authenticity? Or are you simply running away from yourself? What do you think? Because why should we, on that path of manifestation, repress our real, valid feelings to put ourselves in the state of the wish fulfilled, when that only pushes everything we value in our lives away from us? Isn't that self-deception? And I've been doubting, I've been asking this question many times, because there is a different way you can manifest out of alignment. But now, knowing that these genuine worries and doubts that you've most likely felt, this is why you clicked on this video, this is why you're here, knowing that they're valid, let's look into something else. Let's look into these two approaches to manifestation, or to getting what we want, to achieving what we want, getting to the outcome we want. Motivation versus inspiration. And there are two camps here that you've probably been into each of them, or at least I've been, and I think everybody on that journey has experienced something like that. One is the camp that we want to run away from pain. We want to run away from something that is not comfortable. We want to try to fight it. We want to escape from it. And this is basically the path of personal development, the path of hustle culture, the hustle culture community, that camp, in which you try to fight yourself to become a different person, to escape the pain you feel of being who you are, since you don't accept yourself. Have you done that? I have done that. It's not intelligent. It's not loving. It's basically a part of fighting, forcing yourself. And this is most likely what have inspired you to get into these communities of the manifestation camp, the law of attraction, law of assumption, or at least this has been for myself. Since I've been on that path for a couple of years, and this is back 3 years ago, probably 4, I've decided that there might be a more efficient approach, right? And this is when I got into manifestation. This is when I learned about the law of attraction, about the law of assumption, about reprogramming our subconscious mind, about all of these beautiful techniques and processes. And this is the camp, the manifestation camp, which tries to go towards pleasure. Now, running away from pain or going towards pleasure, they're the two sides of one coin. And this is what the mind, the human mind, tries to do. This is how we are conditioned. It's our conditioning, from childhood even. I don't want to face what's not comfortable, and I want to go towards what gives me pleasure. Naturally, this is who we are as humans. Yet, if we want to manifest, can we manifest if we go only towards pleasure or if we run away from pain? No, we can't. No, we can't. I found that out. It's not neither the manifestation camp nor the hustle culture camp. It's something in between. Because what happens is that both of these camps, they create this conflict. And the conflict is basically something in those lines. And let me know if this sounds familiar, because most likely you've catch yourself in your mind having these literally conflicting thoughts. On one end, you want the outcome, you want the specific person, you want the money, you want the new job opportunity, you want the car, whatever you're trying to manifest. On the other hand, you don't want to suffer for it. You don't want to take action. You don't want to challenge yourself. You don't want to get uncomfortable. But if you were to get what you want, who you are would change, wouldn't it? Who you see yourself as would change. It would be a different person, because you would be the person deserving what you want. And that person would have different belief systems, maybe different values, maybe different routines of actions, maybe different models of behavior. And a lot of times this feels uncomfortable. And a lot of times this other camp, the manifestation camp, where we are getting into imagination, we are visualizing, we are affirming. I've done that many times, but a lot of times I've catch myself doing it out of the sheer hope that I'm getting, that pleasure of being somewhere that I would like to be, while I'm trying to escape where I am right now and don't want to face that it's not comfortable. So a lot of times I've catch myself doing the practices, visualization, affirming, scripting, out of wanting to escape my own miserable state of being, rather than out of belief in what I deserve. So that's why the manifestation camp is not the solution, actually. Nor the hustle culture camp. You cannot just force yourself to do what feels uncomfortable and keep pushing and doing, because a lot of times I've also done that, and it comes from self-rejection, self-criticism, out of trying to change myself forcefully, not out of self-love. So it didn't work out. Yet this inner conflict, the more I got into that inner conflict, the more I understood that there is a middle way. And now I want to get into that middle way. And I spoke about this before when it comes to identity shifting. This is the middle way. So there are a couple of beliefs that we can accept. They are down to earth, and they actually help us on our journey, because then we are able to extract the wisdom from the worries and the doubts we feel. And I'm doing this consistently at this stage of my journey. So the question is, can I manifest out of alignment with myself, out of acknowledging all of my feelings, all of my experiences, the positive and the negative? So it's not like only the positive contain value and the negatives are valueless. They're both important. The negative feelings allow us to investigate our limiting belief systems, let them come up and let them go, transforming them into the belief systems that support our desires. So here are a couple of points that maybe you can remember to make this a little bit more practical, shall we? Experiencing pain is inevitable. You cannot escape it. Whether you experience the pain of not being where you want, facing the present moment right now, because if you hope and dream about being somewhere else, if you're trying to manifest, you're inevitably running away from the pain of the moment. Whether you experience that pain of the moment, or you experience the pain of going through what needs to be done to become the person that deserves what you want to manifest, challenging yourself, getting uncomfortable, you will experience pain either way. So another thing you can consider is that shifting your self-concept, it's not supposed to be comfortable. Now you know that and it makes sense, doesn't it? For you to get what you want, to manifest what you want, you will be a different person. You wouldn't be who you are right now. Because who you are right now only wants and desires what you want. He is not, or she is not, embodied in that desire. He is not convicted that you own your desire. So it's as if it's outside of you. And that process of shifting your self-concept so that you have the belief system of the person you are when what you want has been manifested, living in the end. That process is not comfortable. That process requires letting go of the old, burying the old man. What Neville tends to say a lot of times, many times in his books. Burying the old man, letting him die with all of his belief systems, with all of his concepts of who he thinks he is. Letting that old man die. This is not comfortable. So shifting your self-concept is not supposed to be comfortable. And anytime doubts and worries come up, now I'm hoping that you get this moment of, oh, they're working in my benefit. Are they not? Anytime worries and doubts come up, they are here to help you acknowledge the limiting belief systems through which you've been operating so that you can see them, accept them for what they are, and let them go. And how to do that? Well, by understanding that you can do that inner work through self-love rather than self-doubt. Can you face your negative feelings, doubts and worries out of self-love? Because you know that your well-being is more important to you than the outcome you want. Don't you want to feel in alignment with yourself? Most likely you want. So can you do that inner work when you're on the path towards your manifestation, which is like an up and down, up and down, up and down. It's a path like that. It's not straightforward. It goes up. Sometimes you're really inspired, hopeful. It goes down. You're doubtful, skeptical. Then it goes up. And can you, in those moments when you feel down, can you do the inner work required out of love for yourself, out of faith in what you're capable of, rather than out of self-criticism, out of self-doubt, out of trying to force or fight with yourself? Can you do it out of love? Because this is when it shifts. This is when you start enjoying the journey. And if you have manifested what you want, and you are looking from that state backwards, and you're looking at the path you have crossed to get to where you want, it has already happened. And if you look back, wouldn't you enjoy the process you've went through? Because you know you're already at the end. It's an interesting mind shift, isn't it? So let me know your answer. Can you manifest out of alignment rather than out of self-criticism or self-doubt? Out of alignment and out of self-love. This is what I want you to answer. So let me know in the comments, let me know what you have come up with. I'm really excited to have this conversation, to have invited you in that discussion. So let's continue it forward. Let me know what you have got out of this video. And thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you. So thank you for staying with me until the end. Subscribe to the channel if you like what you see. Like it or dislike it if you don't like. Comment below your opinions, your thoughts, your experience. I would love to connect with it. And I will see you around in the next video. Thank you so much and enjoy your day for now. Bye bye. I appreciate you. Your host, Dani.